Nintendo, in their latest Direct, opened up a Pandora's box. Like Schrodinger's cat, Mario's nipple situation was once a mystery. We didn't know if he had a pure action figure body or a nipple-clad sin body. Everything's changed now. Nintendo was about to Trojan horse nipples into our good and wholesome Mario game. They opened up their box labeled Nipple Secrets, and with it, new questions the world was not prepared for. Questions like, is Nintendo all perverts? Are they just all perverts? And if I were to go to Nintendo headquarters in Japan, would it just be all perverts in there? And those are questions that I intend to answer. There's a lot of evidence to sift through in this pervert theory, a lot of doors that should be closed that we here at Game Thesis are busting through for you kids at home. Maybe we'll return to the subject later, but I want to start with the 3 most glaring examples of Nintendo's secret shame den. Item number 1 is the most obvious, but maybe it's also the most sinister. Character designs. Is Nintendo contributing to global warming cause, everybody's a hot dad now? Bowser was a dopey turtle, sometimes with a mullet, who sounds like he was named after some guy's dog and now he's a hot dad. Ganondorf was a blue pig, and now he's a hot dad. King Dedede, he was a cute little penguin who I guess also talked like a prospector, and now he's a hot dad. Your Miis in Miitopia can wear armor that turns them into buff hot dads. The Pokemon professors used to be tired old men, but the last 2, guess what, are hot dads. No Nintendo game is safe from a hot dad. Breath of the Wild, don't even get me started with that one. Even one of the horses is a hot dad. He might even be the hottest dad yet. Just look at this amiibo and try to tell me there's no raw sexual dad energy coming off of it. We'll get to you. Do not try to convince me that Dream Daddy came out of a cultural vacuum. Nintendo has been slowly, insidiously preparing us for the hot dad revolution since at least Mario Sunshine. Maybe earlier. Item number 2 in the case against Nintendo's wholesome image, I think started with Kirby, but I'm not letting that perfect round boy anywhere near this discourse. Maybe it doesn't matter how it started. Maybe Kirby's hands, his stubs, are dirty, but maybe they're not. That doesn't matter, but what does is that there is somebody, at least one Nintendo employee, who is really into vor. And he's gotta be way up in the executive producer mix because somehow Bowser's inside story got greenlit by this pervert. There's just a whole game about getting gobbled up by someone who we've already established as a very hot dad. But it doesn't stop or even start there. Mario has been getting into dirty mouth business for a long time. Back in Sunshine, there was an entire level about crawling into a big man's mouth to clean his dirty, gunky teeth. And you know what's worse about that? This sneaky vor devil programmed this eel's whole eat zone. His whole throat hole is fully rendered in there. You can't see it? But someone who works for Nintendo put that there. It just rendered his entire tummy slide. His whole thumb slide is just in the game's code, taking up space. There's a Pokemon called Gulpin, and it evolves into Swalot. Someone at Nintendo needs to stop going to work hungry. They're just putting vor in our games. Coming 2018 Super Chomp Bros, where every character is an extremely hot dad and they're all swallowing Mario. This is the future of gaming. Please don't let Nintendo try their hand at VR again. They'll make a Kirby game where you play as all the enemies Kirby eats, just like POV style, and I don't want that. Don't let it happen. There's a certain character, a certain public figure, who I think has been haunting our dreams since before he was officially created. Like, let's talk about what a nightmare is for a second. There was this Swiss dude named John Henry Fuseli who designed some famous depictions of nightmares. You've got this horse peeping on this rowdy incubus, sitting on someone's chest, making it hard for them to breathe. A nightmare is an evil Germanic folkloric spirit who sat on your chest and brought you bad sleepy time vibes. And I think that the team who designed Waluigi, Fumihide Aoki, Shigeru Miyamoto, and Yuichi Kotabe were channeling the same dark energies that Fuseli was when he made those nightmare horror paintings. Waluigi is a being of pure satanic and pure sexual energy. You look at this awful man, and it's like looking into the darkness. It's like seeing the parts of your soul that you're afraid to recognize as your own. Waluigi is the shadow of humanity's most ancient secrets. Secrets that are so tightly bound by our subconscious emotions that there's something alluring about this nasty purple pervert. You want to look away, but you also want to replace Link with him. Waluigi is our passion, our rage, our lust, distilled in the form of a lanky elf who plays tennis. And I don't think that Nintendo can call itself family friendly and still let him be connected to the face of their company. Now, what does it mean that the Disney of video games is actually a den of the world's sneakiest sexual deviants? I think that's up to the culture at large to decide, but I couldn't let this knowledge die with me. I had to warn somebody. So I've warned you. Now don't forget to post your hashtag Christian comment of the day in the comments below, and make sure to Nintendo have a great day. Thanks for watching today's episode of Game Thesis. If you're wondering where we've been, where I've been, where Quinn's been, we've been making a lot of podcasts lately, as in for the past year or so, a little more than that. We started our own podcast network called Luminous Studios. I've got a podcast on there called Quest Cast, which is sort of like my friends and fans of the show send suggestions for fun podcast ideas when we talk about them, but it's a lot more fun and goofy and weird than that description sounds. It's just mostly an excuse to hang out with my friends. It's like a rotating cast of all of my different buds, just sort of chilling for a bit every other week. I have another podcast called We a Book Club, where my friend Becca and I will watch an anime as it's currently airing and talk about it too, if you're into anime. And then Quinn's got a podcast on that network called This Thing Is Bad, where she and our friend Jack, talk about and critically analyze media that a lot of folks sort of tend to agree is above criticism. They're like, well, maybe this got flaws too, who knows? And that's what we've been up to, and it's been a good time. So maybe if you miss us and miss our good content and didn't know we've done podcasts for the past couple of whiles, then maybe check us out on Luminous Studios. You can go to soundcloud.com/C/Luminous Studios, search us up somewhere, or twitter.com/luminousmediahq for more of us, more of our content. Thanks for watching, thanks for enjoying, and thanks for sticking around this long. Have a great Nintendo, have a great day. I really appreciate you sticking this far. It means a lot to me. That's it. Bye-bye.